Hello friends. So here in this video we are going to discuss an important topic, that is the reptilia, class reptilia. So these are the very important animal for the nature perspective also, and they perform many important duties in the nature. So class reptilia, this topic is from subject Animal Diversity 4, SYBSC Zoology, and this particular syllabus is designed by Savitribai Phule, Pune University, Pune. So basically this video for the SYBSC students, semester 4. So we are going to discuss here the class reptilia. So you can see on your screen this particular class reptilia. It includes the turtles, crocodilians, snakes, lizards, and some tortera like animals. So these are the very special animal we generally know, and we have seen many times that crocodiles and turtle mostly on the TV, and lizard we can generally see in our day-to-day life. So when first we'll try to understand the general characteristics of the class reptilia. So before going to the video, it's those who are new to the channel, please subscribe my YouTube channel RMK Resolutions, and hit the bell icon for more update. Now let's start the general characteristics of the class reptilia. So very first general characteristics, my dear friends, on your screen you can see this particular animal, they are the cold-blooded animals. So many times now we are familiar with this particular term, cold-blooded animal. There are generally two types of animals. Number one is the cold-blooded animal, and number two is the warm-blooded animal. So those animals which unable to maintain their body temperature constant, or they are not be able to maintain their body temperature constant according to the environment, then those animals are known as the cold blooded animals. So these reptilia, they are the cold blooded animals, and in the reptilia the snakes are involved, lizards are there, turtle, alligator, these are the crocodile likes animal. So when we talk about the respiration, so their respiration, they respirate through the air. They breathe airs, and usually uh, they having a skin covered with the scales or bony plate. So the skin of the reptilia, it is very hard. It is covered with the number of scales. If we uh, observe the snakes, in snake they having a different types of scales present on their body surface, or sometimes crocodiles they having a very horny skin is present. So that is the that is used for the protection purposes of the animal, and there are some other functions also. So this particular class reptilia, they are the first class of the organism, those which are adapted to the life on the land. So they are the first animal, they come or they having a habitat of the terrestrial one. So this is a very important point. So it is believed that they are evolved from the amphibians during the millions years ago. So there are some hypotheses. We are not going to discuss these hypotheses, but there are some scientific hypotheses which support that these reptilia, they are evolved from the amphibians. There are some evidences which support this particular theory. So when we talk about the reptilia, then there are 10,000 different species of reptilias are found. So class reptilia, they having near about 10,000 different species. So there is a large number of diversity. There are many different kinds of animals are found in case of the class Reptilia. So this we have already discussed. They are the cold-blooded animal. So they are the cold-blooded animal and they are belonging to the phylum Chordata. So they are coming from the phylum Chordata, class Reptilia, and they are coming from the kingdom Animalia. So this particular Reptilia, as I told you, these are the very special animals. So the skull of this particular Reptilia, which protect the brain, so that skull is modified that they gives reptiles an efficient and powerful jaw action. When we look at the crocodiles, then they having a very powerful jaw action, and that is provided by the skull or the bony plates that is present in the jaws. They provide a very powerful jaw action, and some powerful muscles are also supported to these bony plates. So there are some modification also makes the skull light in nature. So let's understand another different characteristics of the class Reptilia. So number one, so these particular animal, these are the creeping animals, and sometime burrowing habitat is also found in the Reptilia because they are the terrestrial animals and scales present on the body surface. Then second one, this we already known, they are the cold-blooded animals. They are found in most of the warmer region of the world. Then skin of this particular animal Reptilia, so the skin is dry, the skin is rough and without any glands. There are no glands are found in the skin of the animal. You can clearly see here, these are some images which is taken from the Google. So we can see this, the skin of the animal, it is very dry, no glands are found in the skin, like sebaceous gland or some other glands which are not found in the skin, and skin is very dry and horny skin is there, or we can say the scales are present on the skin. Again, this you can easily observe. These are some scales which are found on the skin of the Reptilia. I already told you, in case of the snake, different types of scales are found on the body of the reptiles. Next, body of this particular animal, it is divisible into the head, neck, trunk and tail. So few of these shades their skin regularly. It is also known as the skin casting. This we know that, see this particular animal, they shade their skin regularly. This is also known as the mold. This is the molding. Like an insect, they also having ability to shade off their skin regularly. So this is the regular process in the Reptilia. You can see here this snakes, they shade their skin. This particular snake, they shade their skin regularly. The next important characteristics, respiration, which takes place with the help of the lungs. As I already told you, they are taking air, they breathe from the air directly. So respiration by means of the lungs. So when we talk about the skull of this particular reptile, my dear friends, why we are talking regularly about the skull or bones of the skull, because this is a very important criteria to classify the animal. So this particular reptile, the skull is monocondylic. So monocondylic, it explains here, the skull having the single condyle. Condyle means what? It is the round prominence at the end of the bone, or most often part of the joints. Condyle means it is the most often part of the joint, and this is an articulation with another bone. So this particular condyle, it is the bone which is present at the joint. So it is an marking or feature of the bones on the occipital. So this particular uh, skull of the reptiles, it is the monocondylic. This is a very important feature, and this feature is again used for the classification of the animal. Then next important characteristics of this particular reptile, so they are they having a two pairs of limbs are there, and these limbs are pentadactyl in nature. So two pairs of pentadactyl limbs are found in a reptiles, and these are the very powerful limbs, and each bearing a claws, except the snake. Snake is the exception for this. Snake, they are the limbless reptiles. So in case of the snake, limbs are absent, but in other reptiles such as the crocodile, turtle, alligator, or tortoise, you can say, lizard, they having a two pairs of pentadactyl limbs, and they having a powerful claws. You can see here, this one is the limb of the animal, this one is also the limb. So two pairs of limbs are there, and these particular limbs, they having a claws, and these claws, there are five claws are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Five claws are there. That's why it is known as the pentadactyl limbs. Again, you can observe here, this one is the another animal which having a pentadactyl limbs. Here again, these are the some pictures which I have taken from the Google. So this again having a pentadactyl limb, this crocodile having a pentadactyl and very powerful limbs. So when we talk about the heart of the animal or circulatory system of the animal, so heart, it is three chambered, and this particular animal, however, the crocodiles, they having a four chamber heart, but other animals, they having a three chamber heart only. You can see this is the amphibian heart, which is three chamber. That's why this particular image is here. Actually, these are the not, this is not the heart of the reptiles, this is the heart of the amphibians, which is again of three chambers. So when we talk about the nervous system, because it is very important, nervous system, they are going to control. We know that nervous system, that it included the brains, it include the different nerves. So nervous system, they are going to control the body. Everything is controlled by the nervous system. So this particular nervous system, it comprises of the 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Now here you must aware what is meant by the cranial nerves. Cranial nerves means those nerves which are directly originating from the spinal cord. These are known as the cranial nerve. So there are 12 pairs of cranial nerves, and these particular cranial nerves, they are spread throughout the body, and they are going to control each and every part of the reptile. Then as I told you, this particular reptile, they are coming from the amphibians. So here the lateral line system is absent in the reptiles. So lateral line, these are especially they are found in a fish. Lateral line, it is a sense organ of the fish. So this particular lateral line system is absent in the reptiles. Then some snake, lateral line, it is useful for the sensation, or we can say the sensory organ. So in some, except few snakes, so except the snakes, all the reptile, they are having a well developed ears. Ears are well developed. So you can clearly see in this particular picture the sensory structure, that is the ear. It is found in all reptile. These are the some images taken from the Google, and these are the ears. You can clearly observe this particular structure. Here this one, this structure, and here this structure. These are the ears. So in the snakes, ears are absent. Otherwise, all reptiles they having a ears, which sense the different sound. Here also again we can see this one is the ear, which sense the different sounds, and they either move towards or away from that particular thing. So ears are found in the reptiles. The next characteristics of the reptile they possess, so they having cloaca. Cloaca, this is the organ which is the, we can say, the waste material which is produced in the body of the animal, they can excrete out of the body through the cloaca. So cloaca is found in the animal. So in this picture we just see the cloaca. Here the cloaca is found, which is the excretory organ, we can say. So next thing about the reptiles. So reptiles, they are urotelic, uricotelic, and amnotelic. So here we have mentioned this particular amnotelic organisms, means those organisms they excrete the nitrogenous waste as a soluble ammonia, in the form of the soluble ammonia. These are known as the amnotelic animals. Then where the urea is less toxic and need less water in comparison to the ammonia, so uricotelic organisms, where those organisms they secrete the urea. This has happened in case of the cartilaginous fish or some bony fishes, then adult amphibians and mammals, including the humans. And uricotelic means where the uric acid is secreted, then these animals are the uricotelic animals. So reptiles, they having all this mechanism, the uricotelic, and amnotelic organisms. Then let's talk about the reproduction of this animal. So fertilization is the internal fertilization, that is a union of male and female gametes takes place inside the body. Then they exhibit the meroblastic segmentation. This is about the cleavage. When male and female gametes they fuse together, then they are going to form a zygote. From zygote means it is a single cell, diploid cell, and from that zygote it produces a whole animal. So zygote divide continuously by the mitosis process. That process is known as the cleavage. So meroblastic segmentation it is the type of the cleavage in which the cell divide partially. So it can be discoidal cleavage or superficial cleavage. Then the animal, these are the oviparous animal, that is they laid the eggs and they having a very yolks are in a more number. Example, snakes, turtle, lizards, and crocodile. So you can see these are some beautiful pictures which is taken from the Google. These are the, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope all of you understand the general characteristics of the class Reptilia. So please like this video, subscribe my channel RM Resolutions, share this video and hit the bell icon for more update. Thank you. Bye bye.